What's going on here? Oh, go live. There we go. How about now? Can you see us? Yeah, it might take a second. I think you should be able to see us now. Can you see me now?
There we are.
There's Eric Counts.
There we are. We're on camera.
We're on camera. Awesome. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I know you can see me. Can you hear me too? Okay. Oh boy, guys, I'm tired. Hi, Eric. How are you? Phil Miller, Phil Keffer, Chris, that guy from Cincinnati, Larry Van Etten. Hey, Larry. How are you? Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. Really wasn't sure what would happen. We're all so tired after the Friday and Saturday. It was a lot of fun. There's Howard. Hi, Howard. Hope you got some rest. I know you're in a hurry to get home Sunday. All right. Thanks, Larry.
My condolences to your friend, Howard. Sorry to hear that.
I can hear you. You're out of focus. Yay! There's Ricky. Ricky. Hey, you need a place to stay next year, Ricky? I hear the Comic House is available. What is wrong with our... I might have to get our brilliant producer to come back in and help with this. Why? Oh, that's a little farther. Keep going. Getting better. Can you turn off your volume? Beat that. All right.
That's decent, AJ.
That's good. Now do me one more favor, AJ. Move the backdrop to Phil's left. You can see just a little bit beyond it. All right, we got a lot to talk about, guys. First thing I want to do, and I'll bring it up at the end of the show too. Larry's got the next tournament, the Valhalla 2023. This is coming up Friday, September 15th at 7 o'clock. What are they doing? It's Friday night. Single M Max 7 Battle Bar Any Character Tourney. Larry, can you clarify that just a little bit? What does Battle Bar mean? And it Battle Bar Any Character. I thought there was going to be any heroes there for a minute, but that's not what it says. Then Saturday the 16th at 10 a.m. a single, oh no, that's Friday night. $75 for the Valhalla Smash Arena tourney, includes lunch and a 15% discount, anything in the store or at the bar. The bar, I guess, would include non-alcoholic drinks too. I don't know. I'm assuming they serve alcohol.
Yeah, food and drinks.
It's going to be 7 rounds of Swiss, top 8, single LM. The remainder will go to a consolation tourney, both of which are going to be single LM. Cash prize to the top 3 and raffle with an uncut sheet and an artwork piece, plus the 4th BMG promo card for all players. Pre-registration by Friday, September 9th via PayPal includes a free lanyard with personalized ID character, and you can get a different one of those for every one of these events. So if you've gotten a couple already and you want to do something different, Larry will hook you up. PayPal ID is ldvanetten@gmail.com. Reach out and let's see. Battle Bar is a location and hashtag arena.
We're playing behind a bar, apparently.
Oh, I need bifocals to see you all, says the Alpha Hill 7.
Brian.
All right, we're going to fix that. I don't know when. Where's our producer AJ at today?
He's on the phone.
Oh, we're not that bad. Are we really that bad, Alpha? I don't know what's going on today. We didn't really get here in time to test the setup due to my wonderful locking us out of the room. So I hope you guys could show up. Larry's hoping to get 20 guys. I don't think that should be a problem. 20 is a good number. I know Howard's not going to make it, but I think the two Bertrand boys are going to be there. Marcel, Phil Keffer's still not going to be at that one. The BMG guys, Joe and Dave will probably be there. Did Dave say anything about not being there over the weekend?
No, I think he's gonna be there. Not sure about the
Hard to
brother-in-law.
hear. Seriously, hard to hear? Max, all right, let me try moving the microphones a little closer. I got the
Scoot
volume
on.
turned all the way up on them. Is that any better? Move your microphone in closer to you.
Yeah, trying to keep it out of the camera.
Yeah, we can keep it out of the camera. That's all right. It's a nice looking microphone. All right. I like the shirts. Well, thank you very much. We have a brilliant graphic designer named Kyle who is just simply amazing. He created this Overpower Adventures logo by using the Overpower logo with permission. We reached out to the BMG guys. They allowed it. Brett Cox. How you doing, Brett? You built your Max 7 team already for that event. That's awesome. I can hear you fine, but you are out of focus. All right. AJ, can we try and bring the focus in a little bit? Let's move the camera up. And, you know, I'm working really hard to get a...
No, that looks good.
now.
There we go.
No, don't
no,
touch
no,
that.
no.
Move the camera up just a little bit more. Ah,
There we go.
look who just came in the chat. If it isn't everybody's favorite goat, Marcel Logette. Marcel, how you doing? Man, you sure got out of Columbus quick. Where'd you go so fast? So, I don't know. Is that any better? This side looks good. That side don't look so good. Did that clear the focus up any, guys? Let's try bring it in just a little bit, AJ. Oh yeah. All right, now try turning the lens
Wait.
just a little.
Decent.
Marcel, whoops. How's that? I don't know. We look really good on this screen, not so good on the preview.
Really? See, it looks the opposite of me, but
Really?
yeah,
All right.
but it could be
In
where
that
I'm seeing
case,
it.
we look beautiful. All right. We had, all right, Larry, I did your plug. Make sure that check for $50 gets in the mail. I'll try to mention it again before we leave, too. The OP Cup was a huge success. Was it our biggest event ever? Did we?
No, we were one short.
One short? We had 28 before?
Yeah, Boston. Boston in 2019 had 20 or 28.
Okay. Well,
But we had a
27
couple cancellations right at the last minute,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
27 players. There were 2 or 3 guys that had never played in a tournament,
Yeah.
any of our big events.
I don't
around the
think any.
country.
Yeah, Sam and Dave.
And Dave, and I think there was one more, but
Josiah hasn't played in a
right,
long time.
Josiah has not played in forever.
Yeah.
Josiah actually won more games than me.
Huh?
Yeah, he won 3 games, and I beat him pretty bad.
Yeah.
But
But he beat Tyler first round.
he beat Tyler. Yes, I was proud of him. Sorry, Tyler. Larry says, you got it. I guess that means my check's in the mail. Sweet. 27 players. So let's go over some of the breakdown. Well, let's start with Friday night's event. Then we get to Saturday, the big event. Hey, Vlad, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Friday night was a no-holds-barred with a slight caveat, no beyonder. So technically it wasn't a no-holds-barred, but that's what we called it. So you could have as many points as you wanted on your team, but you could not use beyonder. Who ended up winning that?
I went undefeated in the bracket, and then Josh and I kind of just cheesed it out at the end.
AJ, keep messing with the focus. Fuzzy on the big screen.
We bet
It's
7.
getting closer.
We bet 7 just to get the event over with.
Oh, who did? You and
Josh and I bet 7.
oh,
just to-
Josh Alexander, right?
Yeah,
I
so he
forgot.
ended up winning it.
I want to give a huge shout out to Josh Alexander. Josh sold. Josh found a buyer for every piece of the Overpower original artwork that I had left at the end of the day on Saturday. I shipped it out to his customer / friend today, I did a 2-day delivery, so he'll have it on Wednesday. Sorry, guys, if you were wanting any of that artwork, it is gone. The only thing I kept was the Magneto piece. It hurt a little bit to let the Dazzler, the Cloak and Dagger piece go.
And that beast piece.
The Beast, yeah. I know you like that one, but man, I really kind of wanted that Cloak and Dagger. But we got an offer, almost a full price offer on everything. We didn't discount it very much. I paid for the shipping. So, Josh, thank you, my friend. That is much appreciated.
He's probably looking for his $50 check.
Yeah. Maybe I'll take Josh to dinner next time he's in town. Take him to get a real steak, unlike that steak he got us at OKC.
That was no good?
Yeah, it was not that good.
No?
No, it was all right. The first place we went to had like an hour and 15-minute wait or something
Oh,
like
you didn't
that.
go to the original place?
But, so we left.
Okay.
We didn't want to wait that long. We went someplace around the corner that was supposed to have really good steaks, and they were just okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, actually, Josh, next time you're in town, we'll take you to a real steakhouse. But I appreciate that. How many players did you have in that No Holds Barred?
Oh, I don't
16?
know, 14 maybe, something
14.
like that. Yeah.
Okay, so that was good. It was a lot of fun. I was very busy getting the camera set up for the live stream all day on Friday. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of headaches. It was a lot of text messaging back and forth, but it was so worth it. I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed seeing it all come together. We used a company here at the convention center called Mills James, and they are phenomenal. If you ever can use them guys anywhere, I highly recommend them.
Yeah, it
Those
was an
guys-
awesome setup.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing. They brought in what looked like a real freaking TV camera, and it was just amazing. Most of you have probably seen the live stream at some point. Thank you so much. At 4:30 this afternoon, we'd had 215 views at 4:30 today. So that was like almost 3 hours ago. I don't know how many more we've picked up, but I know Marcel's probably watched it a dozen times already, right, Marcel? I've tuned in all day long on Saturday. The games were playing right in front of me. I would sit across the room and watch the event.
Oh, really?
Stream. Yeah. It was fun listening to Joe and Phil. You guys were amazing. I didn't get to hear much of any games that Keith was calling. I don't remember why. I guess I was just
Yeah,
running
he came in like mid game during Tyler's and Nick's
yeah,
game.
when Phil stepped out to go to his wedding, Keith stepped
He
in.
stepped in.
Yeah, and for some reason, I missed most of the games that Keith called.
Yeah, I don't know if he just did that one Tyler and Nick game, but
Oh, you think he might have only did one?
yeah, I did definitely hear him in that.
Yeah, I'd have to look into that. But Mills James, those guys were amazing. He'd gone home for the night. The tech had gone home for the night, and I said, "Hey, I'm having an issue." And he said, "What's up?" And I told him, and he said, "I'll be there in a few minutes." I said, "No, don't come in. Just tell me how to fix it." And so he told me how to fix it, but he was more than willing to come back in to take care of us. I've already sent their boss a message telling him what a great job these guys did.
Awesome.
Not only in that setting up, but to making sure everything ran smoothly. Corey was in, I don't know, 4 or 5 times at least during the day on Saturday to just say, "Hey, just checking in. Is everything okay?" And he came up to me once and said, "Hey, we had a little bit of a glitch. We got knocked out of the Discord phone call, but I got it right back in, and this is how you do it if it happens again." And it's like, they were amazing.
Yeah,
I
it's
was so
really
happy.
good.
Thank you to the BMG guys for
Great
putting
service.
that all together. All I had to do was hook up the BMG guys with Mills James, and the two of them worked everything out on the details, the cost, and it didn't cost us anything. BMG covered the whole thing, and I thank you guys for that. You made the OP Cup just that much more special. Thank you to everybody who came out. It was so good seeing so many of you that I hadn't seen in a while, and some that I just saw out in Kansas City. It was so much fun Friday. I was wore out by the end of the day Friday. I had to keep running into the store to work because Corey was all by himself because my former employee called off.
Former employee.
Well, I was ready to fire him. He was very borderline now. But I did have to keep running back and forth a little, and so I didn't get to play in any of the four-man battle royals. Did you?
Yeah, I played in one.
Just one? Did you win it?
No, I didn't.
Who
I
won?
think Josh won that.
Josh?
Yeah.
All right. I don't even know how many we fired. That's the only one we even
I
did,
think it was the
maybe.
only one because
I
it was
don't know.
getting close to 6.
Yeah. A lot of guys were coming in a lot later than we thought. Some guys like Justin and John
Yeah, Dave.
just kind of showed up and said, boom, there they were. They didn't even message me to say they're on the way or anything.
I don't know. Dave McMillan didn't get in till close to midnight.
Yeah.
He thought they were going to have to drive. I guess their flight got really pushed back.
Oh, no, is that why
in
he was so
Baltimore.
late?
Yeah.
It was just quite a day. And then came Saturday. Saturday. Wish I had some. I got to read some the chats. It's blowing up over here. Brett Cox says, I really enjoyed the live stream. Thanks, Brett. The commentary was great. Didn't get to watch it uninterrupted because of my 2 little ones, but I'll do a rewatch before the next tournament. Yeah, it was 11 hours. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be more surprised if somebody said they did watch it uninterrupted. Eventually, I'd like to get that edited down and get rid of the dead time and have
That'd be
each
nice.
round its own video.
Yeah.
I think,
Which I think you can do that now.
well, I don't know if I can, but it can be done, yes.
Yeah, I think I saw where you could watch each video separate.
Well, I think BMG broke them down in Discord.
Oh, okay.
I think so. I think that's where I saw it. Top shelf video production from Howard. Joe has a second career as a play-by-play guy. Yeah, Joe
Yeah, he
was
was
amazing.
awesome. Yeah.
And he was there the whole time.
Mhm.
I don't think he set out anything.
He wasn't really sick. He just wanted to commentate. He wanted to get his other glory.
Joe, we're calling you out, man. We know you just bailed on us because you didn't want to lose. Marcel says, thanks for the homage in the hat, Miller. Oh, Canada. You wearing a Blue Jays hat?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Did you lose a bet?
No, I did not.
You did
I
that
figured
willingly?
I figured it matched out okay.
You should have at least turned it backwards.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there we go. Chris says, I watched my bout with Scotty. Chris, I heard a rumor. About Scotty.
Scotty, little cheater.
Yeah, Joe did tear it up, Vlad. I enjoyed listening to it so much. Both of them, Joe and Phil, were doing a really good job. It was a lot of fun. It's something that we haven't done in forever. And what, 5 years ago, maybe, for the last live stream?
Oh, it's longer than that.
Longer than that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope they will continue this. We set the bar pretty high for them.
Yeah, I don't know how you'll top that, but
Yep. Ron called me and thanked me, and I said, Ron, you're going to have a hard time topping it. And he just laughed, so I think he's up to the challenge.
okay.
So he's looking forward to it. Yeah, Chris, you missed it. I can't believe Scott did that.
Yeah, that's how you stay undefeated, I guess.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. So we showed up Saturday morning. I was super excited. I was ready to play my brand new deck. No Beyonder, no White Queen, no KO event.
No luck.
No luck whatsoever. I drew Josh in the first round. And, what was I playing? Well, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. Mr. Fantastic, Henry Pym, the X-Babies, and Silver Sable. The AOA battle site with the crossing for the no energy icons, maybe used to attack, and no cards with the word teammate events. And then I ran the hideout discovered. Discard all placed teamwork cards. No teamworks may be played this battle. 68 points was my total on that, so I was like 8 points under.
Yeah, that was the no holds barred.
Yeah, really. How low can you go? Marcel told me I should have used my points more wisely.
Yeah, spread them out a little better.
Yeah. It was fun. Henry Pym's got that card, mass reduction. Opponent must discard 1 card for every mission ventured this battle. It is a 1 per deck, and it's pretty powerful if somebody bets high on you. Mr. Fantastic with the draw 3. And then I was playing, of course, Power Mimic out of the battle site. And the card that really let me down every game, I played Little Rogue for the X-Babies. I was trying to lock down battle sites. Opponent may not attack or defend from the battle site this battle. And it got defended every time but one. And that hand, the guy literally had no activators.
So it didn't matter.
It was awful. So I'm going to tinker with it. I'm not giving up, but I'm not sure I'll be in Boston playing it. I'll tell you that right now. Silver Sable, all 3 of her avoids, teammate avoids, kept coming up within 2 hands. Every single game. Went and draw 1 for 5 hands, and then hand 6 I draw 1, hand 7 I draw 2. And yes, most of my games went that long. I did not lose very quickly. Josh and I went almost to time. And then that last hand, he just had the defense for everything. I just couldn't get through. Yeah, Vlad, the low bar deck. You got that right. It was very low bar. I went 2 and 4. I played so badly that they let me have the last round off.
Take a break.
Yep. I said,
We've
"Doug,
seen enough of this.
You've earned a break. Go sit down." So I did.
Feels like-
Yep, I got sent to timeout.
Feels like our old softball days.
No, wait a minute. That never happened in softball. But it was a lot of fun. I did play against 2 guys that were playing the Helicarrier battle site. All them Hydra cards coming out of the battle site, they were nasty. One guy went through my dead pile, put out Mr. Fantastic's draw 3 and used it. It's like, come on. So, he did that in the last hand, so that's what lost me the game. I actually had a chance to win until he pulled that out. So it was a lot of fun playing Henry Pym. I had dropped a couple Easter eggs in a couple previous videos where Mr. Fantastic and Henry Pym were the header cards in the last 2 videos. I know Scott Flint saw that the Mr. Fantastic and knew that that meant I was playing Mr. Fantastic. He did not believe me when I told him I was playing Henry Pym. Yeah, well, it was fun. It was an experience. So I'm not complaining. I had fun with it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. AJ beat me twice today with his 4 Freedoms deck. That wasn't fun. But no, you only played me twice with that deck. Then you felt sorry for me and put it away. Don't be flashing the number 3. Hey, we got somebody else in here. J Wolf 42. Hey all, are there any events on the West Coast? Unfortunately, no events on the West Coast that I'm aware of.
Just the OKC shootout. Far
That's as
west
close
as we
we
go.
get to the West Coast is
Oklahoma City. That's pretty far west. at least
Yes.
From here anyway.
I have been a fan since '95, and a year ago pulled my collection out of storage and have slowly been adding those elusive missing cards. Man, that's great. I love to hear it. I personally just been back for a year also. Just been playing. I'd put my cards away, and I didn't think I'd ever get them out again. But what few I had left, I decided I'm not going to get rid of them this time. But Phil just kept hounding me and hounding me.
Finally broke through.
Yep, finally. Let's see. Oklahoma is the farthest west. Yep, that's it. Let's see. I have never learned to actually play, but have been so excited to learn. You guys have kept it alive all these years. I would love to learn to compete. AJ's deck was mean, says Chris. Yeah, he kind of spanked you twice, didn't he? Sorry, Chris. That's what he usually does to me.
Yeah, he said that was his kryptonite today.
Yeah. J Wolf 42, we would love to have you. Just keep watching. Go back and watch some of our older videos. We do give you some tips as a beginner. We haven't really done a deep dive into how to play, but more and more people are asking us to.
Yeah, we got to get a video where we're actually playing.
Right. And maybe not live stream. Maybe we'll just do it on the side and then upload it. But guys are really still interested in playing. And Brett Cox says, I used to live in OKC and didn't find out about the shootout until after I put out my cards and moved away.
Bad
Brett,
timing.
how far
Sorry,
away did
Brett.
you move? I mean, if you're only an hour. We flew out. It was a lot of fun. He's got a great venue. I don't remember the name of it. Josh isn't in the chat tonight.
HQ headquarters.
HQ. It's a great place. Huge.
Huge, yeah, massive.
Yeah. And we had a good time. He was busy all day running events, but he never ran out of space.
Yeah,
and he
man.
had some big events in there. All right, so that was my deck. The crossing, I thought if I played that, for one thing, I wanted to get rid of the cards. Oh, okay. So Brett says he's in Virginia, so he can go to Larry's tournament. That's awesome. Yeah, you're not too far from Columbus. Columbus is like a few hours from
Yeah, and
Virginia.
I think a few people drove from that area. So
Yeah, we could. Well, no, actually, didn't they fly? I don't know. Maybe. We'll look into that. And maybe you can come to Columbus next year. We're actually thinking about doing a second tournament here in Columbus. And we'll get into that tonight, too. So I thought maybe guys would think that the crossing, I was going to run the KO event. I didn't. I didn't play anybody that ran the KO event. Did Tyler run the KO event in his Beyonder deck? Was he the only one? I think he was.
it might have been the only
Yeah,
Beyonder deck I
think he was
saw.
the only. There was. I thought there'd be more KO events, but no, there wasn't. When's the next Columbus? What's that, Chris?
We're not telling you, Chris.
Oh, we can tell Chris. We're not going to tell Scott.
Oh yeah, you're invited, Chris.
Chris is always welcome. Scotty Dog. Yeah, I don't know about him. All right. So before we get into the other decks that were actually played, there were 27 players. 20 of them used battle sites. 7 of them had any heroes. Of the top 8, 3 of those were any heroes.
Oh wow.
That's almost the exact same percentage of players. Battle sites to any heroes is like a third. And
A third
almost
made
a
it in.
third of the top 8 was any heroes. All 3 of those guys did lose in the first round of
Yeah.
the single LM. That was what was it? Scott, I got it here. Hold.
Scott, Justin.
Scott, Greg, and
Greg.
Justin. All 3 lost. Derek beat Greg. Derek had a very unique deck, and I wish I'd have talked to him a little bit more about it. Yeah, Howard, there was a lot of strength decks. I'm going back through the paperwork. Thanks for leaving me the paperwork. I was so afraid somebody threw it away. A lot of strength decks. Well, Juggernaut is an awesome hero with the Masters of Evil cards. But Derek played Green Goblin, Juggernaut, Serpent Society, and he had Thing in reserve. He played the Helicarrier. Ah, okay. And Infinity Gauntlet mission set. He was 76 points. First round of single M, he played Greg Costa, who had the hand, Starjammers, Beast of Brute, and Silver Sable. He's playing Dracula's Armory as a home base, and he played any heroes with Fatal Attractions.
Yeah, that deck took me to the wire. I had a hard time beating him.
Really?
Yeah. I only
What
beat,
does the hand have that, besides being an 8 fighting?
you got a new card that it's an opponent. This is -3 to venture. If it's successful, he gets to put that card back into his draw pile.
What?
And so it becomes very nasty if it gets to the power pack because it just keeps going back into the draw pile.
Oh.
Yeah.
At the end of that hand, it just. Ah, okay. Is it a 1 per deck then?
It is a 1 per deck.
Okay.
Then he also has a card that targets your character's power card and he attacks you with it. So he picks up your power card and attacks you with it and you have to defend it. So it's almost a 2-for-1.
Yeah, I don't like cards like that.
It's okay if it's for a kill shot.
Oh, no, I mean, I just don't
Oh.
like cards being in the game like that. Make me attack myself with my own card.
Yeah.
And I have to defend my own card.
Right.
Be different if I got it back at the end of the attack or
Yeah,
something.
so just don't place power cards on there.
Yeah.
Playing against the hand. He does have another card that's I believe it's a 2. If it hits, it becomes a 5. But it's a multi-power if it hits.
Oh, wow.
I didn't see that in his deck. I don't know if he was running it or not.
Is that out of Masters of Evil, too?
Yeah.
See, all the more reason to ban Masters of Evil cards.
All 3 of those are Masters of Evil. And he also has the 8 innie and the 6 innie that he can
Oh.
use for defense.
Draw what? What? Draws a card? What? Ricky says he draws a card on that -3.
Yeah, and if it's an attack, he gets to play it.
What?
Yeah.
I'm switching to the hand. Man. Greg power leached me with that with the drawn card. Oh, awesome. Wow. That would be awful to have that happen to you, but it's a combo that you only dream of pulling off. That's great. All right. Did I say everyone that was on Derek's team? He was playing Green Goblin, Juggernaut, Serpent Society, and Thing.
Was that
He
okay?
made Serpent Society in 8 with the Hydra card out of the battle site.
Yeah, void.
But was he doing anything on Green Goblin to get him up to a 7?
Yeah, he's got the stat bump that Green Goblin has.
Okay.
He plays a card that
That's-
his strength and intellect go to a 7,
Yeah.
which if it was an intellect deck would be really neat because his intellect's +1 to attack. for
Hi,
power
Greg.
cards.
Thanks for joining us. Greg said, I did draw into that lead. Yeah, that's awesome. Man, at that point, I wouldn't care if I won the game or not. It's like, I got the combo. I always liked the Green Goblin character.
Yeah.
Just never found a good deck for him, but it
Yeah,
looks
he's
like
hard.
Derek did.
Max 620 points.
Right,
He's tough.
yeah, that's what makes it hard. All right, so I'm going through the top 8 right now. Then we got Justin, played you.
Yeah.
Or skip you.
And I
We'll
played-
start with Justin.
oh,
We'll
okay.
start with Justin.
I was just gonna say I played him in the 7th round of Swiss too, and he beat me pretty handily.
Really?
Yeah, I duped a few cards first hand. Second hand, he drew the no activators. I had to pitch 3 activators, and he had the game won, but he accidentally kept a duplicate, and
Oh, no, you
Kept-
reneged.
he reneged. He kept me in the game, and then the game took a long time for him to just finish me off, but it ended up getting way more competitive than it needed to be in that Swiss round.
All right.
But I returned the favor.
Yeah. All right, so Justin played Spawn, Nightcrawler, Mojo, Doctor Strange. He was at 75 points. He used Any Heroes and Shattered Image. I would assume all these Any Hero guys, well, no, Greg played Fatal Attraction. So was he going for the no specials? Did he do?
He played the no specials and the no cards and energy icon.
Did he play?
And I don't know if he played best late. I think
Best late players,
I think he did.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he played all 3 of them.
All right, so Justin, that's an interesting deck. He finally got Nightcrawler on the front line.
Yeah, he kept trick transporting me, locking down my heroes.
Okay.
So
And you played Heroes for Hire, Beast the Brute, Juggernaut, and Silver Sable.
yeah, but once
Silver Sable? Why they got 18 on here?
I just wrote the point totals down.
Yeah, but she ain't 18 points.
She's 18.
Well, she was 19.
Mm-mm.
Really?
Yeah, she's an 18 pointer.
Well, then I guess I was only at 67 points. I kind of heard 19.
Now Spider Woman's 19.
Okay.
She's 18.
All right. What's
But-
the renege rules? The renege rule is the opponent
Wins the venture
wins
plus
the
1
venture
extra.
plus 1,
Yeah.
and you lose the venture.
Right.
And as soon as the renege is caught, the hand it's over. So played cards, if you played a place card, you don't get it back. It just goes away.
And so what I discovered, I actually knocked his spawn out in the second hand with a JW that he couldn't defend. And so then I realized that all he had for defense literally was the 6 or less for Nightcrawler and Doctor Strange. Very limited defense with any heroes. And so I just started targeting him with all big giant power cards and knocked out his Nightcrawler.
Okay.
So I threw 2 different 7s on him. And then I had a 7 and an 8, and he couldn't defend them. So
All right. You played Onslaught Citadel, Fatal Attractions.
Yeah.
Um,
just ran the one event. The no cards and energy icon can be used to attack.
oh, that's the only event.
Yeah, I just knew the energy was going to be pretty heavy besides the strength decks.
Yeah.
So,
Strength's making a comeback.
yeah.
All right. And then, oops, we had AJ and Chris, that guy from Cincinnati. Chris played Spawn, Inhumans, Mojo, and Silver Sable.
So he called it the poor man's Cadillac.
He used the Citadel and the Infinity Gauntlet. He played very well with it. He only had 3 losses all day, 2 to AJ, and then you and, no, wait,
No, he beat me.
2, yeah, he beat you. So his only 2 losses were to AJ.
No, he had one other loss.
Did he?
He lost.
Oh, Scott beat him.
Yeah, Scott beat him on
Scott.
camera
Yeah.
by cheating.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and watch that battle. So he lost to AJ twice. no shame in that.
And I think he may have lost one other because he was 4-3 going
Was
into.
he 4-3?
He was 4-3. Yeah, him and Marcel squeaked in at 4-3.
Ah, wow.
Yeah, but he
AJ
lost
played
in the single elim.
a home base Four Freedoms Plaza. And my tribute to AJ was the Four Freedoms in the header for today's episode. He had Invisible Woman, the smartest man in the world, Mr. Fantastic, Thing, and Namor in reserve. Used the AOA battle site and Fatal Attractions. There's nothing worse than when he power mimics my draw 3.
Or his own.
But AJ played great all day. He was the one player that I didn't want to play, but by round 4 I didn't want to play anybody. I was doing so bad. So it was not good for me. But AJ did really well. He beat Chris in that round. And then the other game was Marcel against Scott Flint. Scott was playing the Inhumans, Spawn, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, 3-stat, Shattered Image, and Any Heroes. Scott went 7-0 in Swiss. I don't know if he even had a close game, really. Maybe the game with Chris was pretty close for a while.
Yeah.
Marcel played Starjammers, Mr. Fantastic, Dark Beast, Silver Sable. He was only 73 points.
Plus 3 with the Dracula armory. So.
Oh, yeah, I need to add that onto these sheets, the home bases. I played Fatal Attractions.
Yeah.
See,
He
no
was doing the no
energy
energy
icons, too.
icons. Yeah.
And Hell's Kitchen.
And that was his only event. So,
Okay.
yeah, so just a classic draw 3 deck with a draw 3 in the site.
Yeah. And so Marcel then beat Scott. Then the next round, let's see.
I played Marcel.
Phil, you
AJ
lost to
played
Marcel.
Derek. Yeah.
Was it just draw 3s that got you?
Yeah, but like I said, I made a mistake. I placed too quick and accidentally placed the
Oh.
Dark Beast instead of my Holocaust hero,
Yeah.
knowing that I had to switch my Holocaust in my Citadel site. And so I would have had dual negates.
AJ,
can you flip on and
the
flick off?
camera? Yeah, that really is terrible.
Yeah, so
when
I
you do something like that.
misplaced my activator by just placing too quickly, just out of habit, knowing my Dark Beast is typically my negate hero. And so I would have had dual negates for his dual draw 3s in the second hand. But that was over super fast.
Yeah, Howard says Scotty got the curse of the undefeated. Hey, it's tough to go 10-0 in these events.
Yeah.
The
Very
guys that
tough.
are playing know how to play the game. All right, and then AJ played Derek. That was a battle. It was on camera, right?
Yeah. And unfortunately,
And unfortunately, Derek made a misplay that neither one of them caught, where he KO'd one of his characters that wasn't knocked out. It didn't get caught until, actually, I don't know when it did get caught. I know the commentator saw it in play, but I don't know if anyone caught it until someone told them.
Saturday night, I never
Yeah,
caught
it was like
yeah.
well after the tournament, and someone said, well, Derek KO'd one of his characters.
Yeah, I think
They told me Derek KO'd a character at 16. And I said, how did Derek do that? And they said, no, it was one of Derek's characters, and Derek KO'd
His own
his
character.
character thinking he was KO'd. He only had 16 points on him. It would have been a battle if he hadn't done that, but he did. And then, hey, Doug Taylor. Doug,
Is that who bought that artwork?
yeah, it
Okay.
sure is.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's
Jay
out in
Wolf,
Washington.
he's asking Jay Wolf 42, what part of the West Coast are you? Hey, yeah, maybe you guys can get something going out there.
He just, unfortunately, Doug, he said he moved to Virginia.
No.
Yeah.
No, that was
Oh.
Brett.
Oh, was that
was
Brett?
Brett that moved to Virginia.
Okay.
Jay Wolf lives on the West Coast. If you guys can get a nice tournament going out there on the West Coast, southern part, where it's 70 in January, I'm flying out. So see what you can do. I need an excuse to go west in January. So then came the championship game. Marcel and AJ. AJ bet 7. What a move. I went back and listened to Joe and Phil And Joe couldn't believe it. Joe goes, what? Was that a bet 7? Oh my gosh. And it's like, he went nuts. And Howard says mistakes happen. It's part of the game. Unfortunately, yes, Howard, I agree. And it sucks when it happens. We got to address some things, and we'll talk about that too here shortly. AJ and Marcel played a hand that would have been amazing.
One hand.
Yeah, just a bet 7, and there, it was crazy. I couldn't believe AJ bet 7, and they played it out. There was a misplay. Marcel ended up winning because of the misplay, and I was disappointed for AJ because I really thought he had the best deck and had played the best all day long. So in my book, AJ is the winner. But if you go look challenge and look at the standings, it's going to show Marcel won. So it was great to have everybody out. I just hate the way that it ended.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
I don't know what we can do about it in the future. I know one of the things that we're going to do here in Columbus for any future events, we are going to have a tournament organizer who may or may not be the tournament judge. But the tournament organizer will be a non-playing person. And if he's not the judge will also be a non-playing judge. The reason that I think that's important is because there's just so much chaos trying to run an event and play in it.
Yeah, and win it.
And you hear somebody yell, "Judge!" and then like everyone just sits there because no one wants to leave their game to go make a ruling in somebody else's game.
Yeah, I bet you. I was interrupted 2 to 3 times every single game.
Yeah, it got to be too much.
Yeah.
So, I don't. Corey, Josiah, and I all got frustrated. We all retired from tournament play at the end of this event. And my retirement lasted about 3 hours. Then I got over it. I don't know about Corey and Josiah, but there's a good chance that next year I will be the tournament director so that Phil can play. And I will probably be the judge also. And I may try and reach out to Sean Valentine, and if he can't be there, see if he can be on call in case I need some help. If he could back me up on some things. I knew most of the rollings Saturday. I did have to reach out to clarify one. I don't remember what one it was this time, but
I think Josh reached out.
yeah. So we got enough. It makes it hard when you're constantly being interrupted. And I know there was one game when I was playing that I had a chance to win, but I came back. I had 2 cards left. One was the X-Baby's Little Colossus, and the other was a 6 power card. And I threw the 6 power card thinking that was what I was going to do before I left to go make a ruling. And it got defended, or it knocked out their character, so I don't remember what happened. But what I needed, then he knocked out my Mr. Fantastic. I needed to save that 6 power card to defend Mr. Fantastic, because he had something placed, his last card was placed, and I knew I could defend it if I kept the 6. I should have thrown the Little Colossus to knock him out, and I did it backwards. So we got to take some pressure off of people, and that's one of the things we're going to do. We will have a tournament organizer / judge, maybe. Definitely be an organizer and a judge separately. I agree, Chris. It is the best game ever. It is very unique. It is not like any other card game that's out there now. Everyone else seems to mimic, in some aspects, Magic the Gathering, and Overpowered does not do that whatsoever. So next year we'll plan. Well, I say next year because it will be, but we are also looking into running some kind of a champions event where we take the winners of all these guys, all these big events from this year, and give them an invite, and maybe the top 10 players until we get an even amount. Somebody said, why don't we do a play-in on Friday? And I love that idea.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
If you
But
don't get an invite.
The bad thing is if you have a play-in Friday, they don't qualify. It's like hard to show up for just a Friday.
No. We'll run another 2 tournaments on Saturday.
Oh,
Anyone who shows up Friday to play in, we will either take the top player from Friday.
like a wild
But if
card.
that causes an odd amount, we will take 2 players from Friday so that we keep it even, no more buys. We'll eliminate a buy that way. So if we have an odd amount that wins, and because you can't have, if you're a winner and you're in the top 10, you don't get 2 spots. And we're not going to drop down to the 11th player, I don't think. We'll figure all that out. But then we'd bump somebody up. I don't
They
think
have
we'll
like
do-
a wild card game.
Yeah, we'll let somebody have a play-in on Friday, and if that causes an odd amount of players, we'll take 2 guys from Friday. Then on Saturday, run 2 separate events, the Champ of Champs and just a regular,
Tourney.
I don't want to call it the Cup 2 or anything like that. Champion of Columbus event or something, the Columbus Championship. So we'll run 2 different ones, and I think sometime in March, that's going to come up. I'm going to work with the BMG guys, see if we can work that out. I want to do it where it's enough ahead of Josh's tournament. Josh will start the season, I think, next year, right? There's nobody before
Yeah,
Josh.
said April 28th and
Yeah.
29th or 27th,
So,
28th, something like
Josh's OKC shootout will start the 2024 season, and we'll have a wrap up in March. I got to do it in March because the weather could make it terrible coming into Columbus in January or February, and if we hit the right weekend, it could be perfect. But I don't even like doing it in early March, and if I could, I'd do it at the end of March. But I want to distance enough from Josh to make it worthwhile. You're right, Howard, it does. And brother, let me tell you, you're not going to have to ever play and run challenge when you're here in Columbus anymore. If you want to play, you can sit back here and play, and the tournament director's going to run challenge. That's too much, especially with these guys not registering by their name,
Yeah, and
which
not knowing who goes first, not listening to what's going on.
yeah, that gets irritating.
Yeah.
The people, they get excited, they want to go sit down, they talk to their opponent before the game starts, but when 6 or 7 guys are doing that, then you can't hear so one thing we're going to do, that's another thing, man. We're going to post the pairings. We had a printer back here, I don't know why we weren't doing it. We're going to print it out on 2 sheets of paper, we're going to tape one up on this wall and one on that wall, and we're going to tell you, go find your opponent. Go find your seat number. Every seat was numbered already, and there will be no more calling out opponents in Columbus. One thing we're going to do is also on this build sheet that we print out, it's going to ask for your challenge ID. So that we'll know, even though we're not going to call them out anymore, we'll know, and maybe we can go in and do something and challenge to
And
change
edit
it,
their
put
name.
their name to it. I don't know, but we'll look at that. Stars and garters and acrobats offensively, says Chris. I don't know what that means. You can play, what?
Well, Stars and Garters is only offensively.
Oh, he says stars and stripes, but I think he means stars and garters, right?
Maybe.
Is there a stars and
Yeah, Stars and Stripes is Captain America's Avoid or is 9 or less.
Oh,
Mighty Shield or Stars and Stripes is one of them.
okay. So acrobatics can maybe play it offensively.
He knows that. I think he's razzing Howard. He's played it offensively the last 3 games against him. To lock Howard out.
Oh, and Howard couldn't negate it any time. Oh, no, Howard. Yeah, thanks for the love there, Howard. I appreciate you, man. I wouldn't want to go through what you
Oh,
go through.
Stars and Stripes was a vodka that Chris was drinking up at Howard's house in one of the Canadian events. And he drank a whole bottle and he did not get drunk. He said it was like water. So we're not sure what's up with that.
Yeah, it's kind of like Canadian money,
Yeah.
the exchange rate.
Yeah, it was watered down.
Yeah, no doubt.
Very
Yeah,
diluted.
Howard says it's an inside joke. But that's not inside anymore, we all know. But it's just too hard to do some things. One thing that I want to do is have somebody monitoring the championship game at least.
Yeah, probably both games.
I would like to do all the single end games, have a couple judges watching. Marcel says something here, 2 Phils and me as the start of the championship seems right. Who can win Valhalla and Boston?
Well, won't be you,
I
unfortunately.
won't. It won't be me in Valhalla. I'm not making that one. Boston. Dave, give us a date. I know you were talking about
Yeah, come
end
on,
of
Dave.
October, 1st of November. I should be good to go. I got to talk Corey into it. He doesn't. He's really bummed.
Is he?
Yeah, he was just
Just 'cause
duping
he
like
played bad?
crazy. No, he didn't play bad. He
No,
just
deck
duped so
trapped out.
bad.
Yeah.
So he was really bummed. As everyone knows, Corey is probably the nicest guy in the room. And everybody just loves playing with him and against him. He's just fun to play against because he's just a great guy. Yeah, that's my son. I'm proud of him. What can I say? But I don't want him to quit. And I don't want Josiah to quit.
Yeah, I was drawing bad too. I mean, honestly, even though I was winning,
Yeah.
I wasn't drawing great all day long.
The only time my deck didn't do was against Sam. It's like I felt bad. Sam's a local guy, and
And
I
he just
beat him.
started.
Yeah, and I beat him
Yeah.
in 3 hands, but I hated it. So it wasn't good.
So-
but we've already promised Corey's wife that we'd take her to Boston with us, so hopefully he'll have to.
So I noticed a ton of Heroes for Hire Beast of Brute decks, and then the other half of the field was Spawn, Inhumans, Scarlet Witch type stuff. Seemed like,
Yep.
for the most part.
And, you know, those are some of my favorite characters. I'm not a big Heroes for Hire fan,
Yeah.
but in this game, they're good.
Yeah.
Inhumans, I love the Inhumans. I love Black Bolt as a character. So I could see myself playing an Inhumans deck. There's a lot of stuff. The one thing that I noticed, and I could be wrong, I think I noticed, and I got the paperwork here, didn't have time to go through them all, but the guys that played the more unique decks finished in the lower half of the event.
Yeah, it's tough to go into an event with an unproven deck.
Yep, and I was talking with Justin about it, and he said, he made a great point, is that by now, there's nothing new that's been out in 20 years,
Yeah.
and everybody knows what the best players, what the best characters are in the game, and everybody's using them. And you're not going to create some brand new, ultra powerful deck.
Yeah, that's why it made the Master so unique, was to try to use,
Right.
a variation of different characters.
Yeah.
So
Um,
congrats to Phil Keffer on his
Yeah.
$200 winnings.
9-1.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
finished
nobody,
good.
nobody came close to him, I don't think.
Nah, I don't think so. I could have, but I let those last 2 games slip away. But
Yeah, I ran across some interesting decks. I played Zach with his Morbius, X-Man. What the?
Yeah.
Where did this one even come
Mojo.
from? That's not mine. He played Morbius, Beyonder, Mojo, and X-Man.
yeah,
Infinity Gauntlet with the Helicarrier. If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
Zach's the one that put out my Mr. Fantastic Draw 3 from my dead pile and then beat
probably.
me with it.
Yeah, he beat me in Canada with that deck.
Yeah.
I had his whole team annihilated, and I had to knock out his Beyonder essentially twice. And then
Oh.
we got to the power pack, and he drew the X-Man lockout, and he hit my.
Oh, that's how he beat me.
He had my.
Yeah.
He hit my 7 character with an 8 power card, and then I couldn't attack him.
Yep, that's the same thing that
So-
happened to me. I should have attacked X-Man and make him play it before we got to that power pack, but I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So I didn't stand a chance there. And that reminded me of something else I wanted to say, and I don't remember what it was. Crap. But it just seems like the best decks are the best decks. It's going to be hard to get real creative without anything new. I'm not saying we can't do it. I mean, Phil Keffer did. I mean, he played
I mean, it's still a
It's-
traditional draw 3 deck. But,
right. Just use different characters to get there.
Right.
So I don't know. I'll see what I'm going to do if I get to make it to Boston. Hopefully they'll give us a date and I can start looking at making some plans. I want to play one more. I don't know. Maybe I'll just come up and hang out. I don't know. We'll see. A trip to Boston's always good, right?
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean, I love going to Boston. It's a great city. Seems like there was something else I had on the agenda to talk about, but I lost it. And I didn't have it written in my notes. Ricky says, I'll find a way. Yeah, I know you will. Hey, did Marcel give you your Mega Power set that he was supposed to give you? I forgot to remind him. Knowing that Canadian, he took them back.
He probably forgot.
Yeah, he probably did.
But thanks for the Blue Jay hat, Marcel, and the pickleball paddle.
Oh, did he bring you the Blue Jay hat?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
His girlfriend works for the Blue Jays organization.
Oh, nice.
So he gets all kinds of cool merch.
Okay. So that's the breakdown. 27 players, 20 battle sites, 7 any heroes. It was
3 to 1.
Yep. It was a whole lot of fun. I can't wait to do it again, but I'm glad it's a year away. I'm still tired. AJ and I did play a few games today. I think he says 6. I thought it was 5. He's going to mail it to you. Good. Okay. So I'm not so burnt out that I quit playing already. We'll see
Back
what
at it
happens.
already.
Yeah, but we're not going to play after the podcast tonight. First time ever, I think.
Yeah.
But, nope, I'm done. No more tonight. So let's see. Phil Keffer says traditional draw decks. Ha ha ha. Traditional draw deck. Ha ha ha. He thinks it was not a traditional draw deck.
I mean, the difference was he had Dracula's Armory to it, but I mean, that was a version of Garion's deck with the Ray and Ghost Rider. He went with Beast as a negate, and Garion would run Star Jammers and went with all 3 draw 3s.
Marcel says no respect.
No, there's respect. I mean, he played awesome.
I'm trying.
But there's only so many draw 3 heroes.
Who did I play that had the Dracula's Armory? And twice those stupid bonus training cards.
Did they get
Basic
him play?
universe saved him.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I thought I had him, and he just pulled that thing out of there and he defended 9.
Yeah, I don't know who you all played.
I can't
I don't think Josh had one. I don't think it was Sam.
I
know it wasn't Joe
No,
Side.
it wasn't Sam. Somebody did, though. So it's kind of cool. Dracula's Army is cool. It makes cards playable that are otherwise not playable. Phil says you can horse to water. So, Phil, is there any chance that you'll make it to Boston when they announce a date? I'm sure Marcel will be there. We got to get these BMG guys to produce some product, get it on the map. But it's been great working with them. They gave us permission to have these shirts printed, which I love them.
Yeah, they're sweet.
I got a backpack. It's going to be mine. Didn't seem to get any orders for them, so the minimum order on those things are like 12, and I don't want to order 12 and just hope I can sell them. So I think that's a onesie. We'll see what happens down the road. Maybe we can have some later. But anyways, you got anything else? We talked about Valhalla. We talked about doing a Champ of Champs. We'll be back here in August of next year. Boston might be possible, says Phil Keffer. That'd be great.
good. I know he went and watched last year. So.
Okay. Well, I was bugging Dave about getting us a date, and one thing he did say, it's not going to be in December.
Well, we know that.
He narrowed it down.
I know the last Boston that I made, they had it sometime in November. But
Okay. See you, AJ. Thanks for coming. All right, so we'll look at that. We'll see. I'll probably go out one way or the other. I need a vacation anyway. So
there you go.
we'll go out maybe on Thursday night. Stay till Sunday. Howard, congrats to Phil for winning the Masters. Yeah. Nobody came close. Of course, 9-1, 8
Yeah,
points.
tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I think the only one I had a shot was Derek and myself. We got fairly close at one point.
Scott had a
I was
chance.
I
if
was
he'd
5-1
have
at one
got in,
point, and so I was a few points away.
But then Scott couldn't have played his deck.
Well, Scott didn't enter
If
the
he-
Masters.
Yeah, but I mean, he couldn't have played that
Right.
deck if he had, right? Or could he?
No, he had Spawny and Witch and Strange.
Okay. Fun Masters idea, guys. Yeah, it was unique. I think we need more things like that.
Yeah, we kind of came up with that from the Canada tournament. We
Yeah.
ran something similar to that.
I liked it. I think it had a lot of people interested in it until they found out it was $10 per tournament. They didn't mind donating $10. They didn't want to donate 20. Derek needed to run the table. He left in the semis because of his mistake. Yeah. That was awful. When I saw that, I went back and looked at it after I heard about it, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I think because he played the Hydra special on to the Serpent Society, it got
thought it was a hit.
confused. Yeah.
And he plays too fast too.
Right, he played it really fast. But he had it sitting up top of the character like the attacks that he had on his permanent record instead of off to the side. I think that would have made a difference. But, yeah, you're right, Howard. Derek had a shot, but that mistake cost him. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check us out on Instagram and Facebook. And, oh, Derek would have tied if he won out. Ah, okay. That would have been nice. Nerves under the camera, do you think? All right. I can understand that. I probably would feel the same way under the camera. Give us a like on the videos. Thanks for watching. I don't know where we're at on our live stream right now for the cup, but I'm sure it's massive, and you guys are amazing. We appreciate you all. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting us. We sold a lot of play mats. We sold a lot of shirts. I was more surprised how many play mats we sold. I think I need to ship one of those out now that I think about it. Somebody bought one off the website, I think. But guys all over the country, it's unbelievable. We're sending them out. Somebody in Florida, Canada. Somebody in Canada bought shirts and a play mat.
Nice.
So it was a lot of fun. And seeing those orders pop up, Corey and Jessica get all excited too. Hey, Dad, you sold another one. You sold another one. It's a lot of fun. So thanks, Howard. We hope to do it better next time. And with that, we're out.